Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to wait for some people to come in, but I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited to start this. Let me go ahead and share my broadcast. How is everyone doing out there? I definitely wanted to get some content today on on YouTube since I've asked people to subscribe and join. I definitely am excited to do this. So this is my story time and my first post on YouTube. Hello, for those that are joining. This is my first post on YouTube. Let me go ahead and share. I need to share this real quick to my page. But this is my story time. It is called He Ghosted Me. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about, well, I'm not going to say a little bit. I'm going to tell the story of when I was ghosted, the one and only time that I was ghosted. Yes, I have pride, and I needed a cocktail for this story. Now, those that know me know that I'm married, and it is okay with my husband for me to share this. So he ghosted me. Where do I begin? So I met a guy. Well, I'll say this. I used to live in Dallas about 10 years ago. And so those that know the dating scene in Dallas, it's interesting. I'll say that. Hell, Cheaters is taped in Dallas, which is interesting to me. It's funny. But anyways, so I meet this guy at the club. That's red flag number one. Never meet somebody at the club. So I meet him at the club. He seems pretty nice. At the time, I had just recently, hey Hannah. At the time, I had just recently gotten divorced. So I'm single, ready to mingle. I'm feeling myself. After you get out of one relationship, it takes some time. You get your confidence back up. And so I was single, ready to mingle and feeling myself. So I was at this club in Dallas called Stone Trail. And it used to be one of my favorite clubs in Dallas. And I met this guy. And he seemed like a nice guy, college educated. I could tell all of this at the club, right? But he seemed like a nice guy. He seemed to be college educated. So we exchanged numbers, and like the next day he called me. And with men now, and I think they even do this now, they try to call you as soon as you give them their number or your number, they try to call you. And there's an app now you can use, ladies, just in case you give them a number and you don't want them to actually have your number. There's an app you can use that actually will ring when they call the number you give them. But anyways, so I exchanged numbers with the guy. He calls me the next day and he asked me to go out. So we go out. We actually go out that weekend. And that, I know, it was kind of quick. But I was, single. Also, my child, my one and only child at that time, was out of town with his father. So I was like, hey, I'm not doing nothing for the weekend. Why not go out? So we go out, and he wants to go to a club for our date. So that's strike number two. Anytime, for me, I feel like anytime a man wants to take you to a club on a date, that's just a bad combination. Ladies, never go to the club on your first date. So he wants to take me to the club. We go to a club at the time in Lower Greenville, which is a part of Dallas that has like a lot of clubs. So we have a good time. I'm doing slides, doing my thing or whatever, because that's what I do. I do slides. I'm that girl in the club. Any slide come on, Kaya, Bunny Hop, Candace is out there doing it. Let me take a drink. So I'm doing the slides. I'm having a good old time. We vibing. Everything seems to be going good. So he's like, you know what? Let's go to Stone Trail, the place where we met. So I'm like, okay, cool. We go to Stone Trail. We have a ball. He's buying drinks, whatever. Pay for everything. Yes, Hannah. A martini here. It's a martini night, boo. But we get back to Stone Trail and we have a ball. Of course, he was the perfect gentleman. He paid for everything. And for those that are joining me, I'm telling the story of when I was ghosted. So you hear the story right now. It sounds wonderful. So we we get to Stone Trail, And like I said, he's paying for everything. He's the perfect gentleman. The club closes. He's like, you know what? I know you're hungry. I don't want the night to end. So right there, I'm thinking, you don't want the night to end. Don't think you coming home with me, boo, because Candace does not do that. Yes, Stone Trail, LaSheeta Stone Trail was a club in Dallas. So for those that are just joining the show, I'm telling about when I got ghosted, and the guy that I met was a very nice guy. We met at the club, which was strike or red flag number one, and then he set up our first date at the club, which was red flag or strike number two. So I'm at the part where we were leaving Stone Trail, which was a club in Dallas, actually the club that we met. So we go to this place called Cafe Brazil. It's a after hours restaurant in Dallas, and we get something to eat, and it's good. Still paying for everything, and I find out he is actually college educated. He's no kids, has his own place and car. So this was the one and only time. See, these were my younger days too. In my younger days, I was a little bit more trusting, and he's one of the reasons why I'm not as trusting now. So I agreed to ride with him. He ended up, we met up one club, and then I drove to another, or rode with him to another club. So I wasn't with my car at the time. But anyways, we go to the restaurant, we eat. So in the process of driving me back to my car, which this is about 3 o'clock in the morning now, he gets a call on his phone. So I'm thinking, oh, I know he's not going to answer that, because I would think it would be disrespectful. Disrespectful sounded too good to be true back in the. Oh, well, Hannah, we weren't in college. At this time, I was about 27, 28. So I was in my late 20s. But anyways, we're riding in the car, and it's like 3 o'clock. He's driving me back to my car, 3 o'clock in the morning. He gets a call and answers the phone. And I'm like, what are you doing? And as he's talking on the phone, he's talking like he's not with anybody. Clearly, it's a chick on the phone. She's like, I can hear her as well, because he turned down the music in his car. He's like, oh, baby, I'm on my way home. I had a good time. Yes, Kanea, this is crazy. He's like, I had a good time. Yeah, I was out with the boys or whatever. Whoop de whoop, it was good. I'm headed home. So he hangs up, and I'm like, yo, you got a girlfriend? Like, what's that? And he was like, oh, so you questioning me now? So at this point, I'm like, oh shoot, like this Negro seems crazy. He's getting mad at me questioning him. So I'm thinking, no, I'm not questioning you. Just a friendly question. Like I didn't know you was involved with somebody. Let me drink my drink. He's like, no, I'm not involved. It's not even all that or whatever. Um, that's just a friend of mine. I was like, oh, it's cool, it's cool. You can take me back to my car. So I'm like, okay. So clearly he's dating somebody else. Which is fine. When you first meet somebody and when you first start dating, I say date plenty of people, because you gotta weigh your options. You have to have options. And so he was one of my options. I'm not gonna lie, I was dating other people as well, not sexually, but just weighing my options, going, just having a good time. I was young, childless at the time because my son was away, and ready to mingle. So I just let that go, which was that was red flag number 3. That should have told me something right there. So I let it go. We drive back to my car, and we end the night. It was good. He was a perfect gentleman, didn't try to kiss me or anything, because I'm very old fashioned. I do not kiss on the first date, ladies. I never have. I get that from my friend Kanea. Actually didn't start dating until I was in college. I was a late bloomer. But anyways, I didn't kiss him or whatever. I go home, and so he asked me on Facebook. I'm thinking we had a great time. And then that was like Saturday. So Wednesday comes, and he gives me a call. He wants to hang out. I'm like, oh yeah, I had a good time. I definitely want to hang out. He was like, well, we need to hang out tonight. I was like, why tonight? Where are we gonna go? At the time my son had come back. So I'm like, I don't have a babysitter. Let's do something on the weekend. He was like, no, how about I go get some chicken from Wingstop and I'll bring it over to your place? And I was like, my place? Negro, I just met you last week. So In my mind, I'm thinking, what? It's just crazy to me because regardless how young I am, I'm not stupid. So I'm not gonna have somebody over my house. So he's like, yeah, I can come over to your place. We can watch movies and chill. And y'all know what movies and chill means. So I'm like, no, I'm good. My son is back in town. And I just met you last week. I don't usually just have people over my house like that. And so he was like, you know what? You should be thankful that somebody is wanting to date you and you have a child and you're just recently out of a divorce. And I'm thinking, what? Like it in that one conversation, he just flipped. And so I was like, excuse me? Like, am I missing something? And so I said, I should be thankful. Like, Negro, who are you? So he's like, yeah, you should be thankful. I don't have no kids. I'm giving you a chance. I'm trying to bring food to your house. I said, some Wingstop? I'm supposed to be amused by Wingstop and movies? No, thank you. So we get off the phone from there. And after that, after that, I just never hear from him again. I was blocked on Facebook. I was ghosted. He never said anything. So I know this story was short, but that was my one and only ghosted time. And the guy was crazy. And I feel like I dodged a bullet. I didn't see the signs then, which I should have saw, because someone meeting him at the club, that's strike number one. It's never worked out well when you meet somebody at the club. Strike number two, he wanted to go on a date to the club. Strike number three, he had a call at 3 a.m. when we were on our date. So that should have told me right there, but that was my lesson learned. And yes, Hannah, he was crazy. And yes, yes, him blocking me was a blessing. But I was just thinking, like, the audacity. Negroes today, they have a lot of audacity. Like, Negro, you came at me crazy. I should be blocking you. But no, he blocked me, which was good. I dodged a bullet. I feel sorry for whoever got with him. He was crazy. And I'm sure that girl was his girlfriend, the one that called him that night. So, anyways, that's the end of my story. I know it is short, but that was my ghosting tale. I definitely want you to subscribe to my channel, The Candy Shop. Search for me, Candace Stewart, and subscribe. I'll be leaving the link in my bio on Instagram. I'll also be sharing it on Facebook and in YouTube. Yes, Monica, I dodged a bullet. And hey, cousin. Hey, Monica, I dodged a bullet. But this channel, I definitely just wanted a personal blog. I know a lot of people don't care about me, but I love to give my opinion. I left doing an organization that I was a part of. I'm still a part of it, but I left the show part of it. So also please subscribe to my friend Lamar Falk, TFG The Media, as well. He comes with the biggest stories. So make sure you guys subscribe as well. But let me tell you more about my channel. So on Mondays, I will be going over media stories, hot topics. On Fridays, yes, Hannah, he think that chicken has come over. Thank you. And then chicken out of all things. Like, come on now. Chicken from Wingstop? Clearly. Yes. So, and Hannah, I'll be giving you my IG. Yes, Monica. So on Mondays, I'll be talking about the media. On Wednesdays, I'll be doing story times, and I might feature some other people. So stay tuned. I'm gonna have some friends on the channel as well. On Fridays, especially this Friday, I have my signature show, The Candy Shop. And so on The Candy Shop, we will talk about hot topics in Black women issues. Yes. Glad you're here with us. Thank you, LaSheeta. Thank you. But on Friday, I'll have hot topics. Any of you ladies commenting that want to come on, definitely come on. We'll be talking about Black women, uplifting Black women, and also the hot topics. We can talk about some tea. I'm in Atlanta. I'm telling y'all too much. I'm in Atlanta. We can dish the tea. So this was fun. Be sure to subscribe. I forgot to make my little blinker at the bottom. But yeah. Yes, Hannah. Oh, I love you, Hannah. You're like one of my favorite TFG people. But yes, I'm gonna sign off now. I may go live tomorrow because I need some content for my channel. Be sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Candace Stewart, The Candy Shop. Bye, everybody.